Hello everybody. Today I'm doing a follow-up video on the 14 terabyte Western Digital hard drive that would not work in the Drobo because it had the PWDIS feature. So today I'm going to show you how we can get this 14 terabyte hard drive to work in a Drobo or an old enclosure, and how we can do that and what steps you need to take and what products you need to buy in order to fix that. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to do that. Hi everybody. Okay, so I have the Western Digital 14 terabyte that has the PWDIS feature. So on this, if you'll notice, this is the SATA connector and it's pin number 3 that's causing the problem right now. So what we're going to do is I bought some polyamide tape so that it'll prevent the connection only on pin number 3. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tape, and you can buy this at Amazon. I'll include a link for the one that I purchased, and you're going to cut just the smallest piece and put it directly on pin number 3. None of the others, just pin 3. And you count the pins starting from, if you're looking at the bottom, it starts from the left. So it would be pin 1, 2, and it's the first long pin right there. So that's the pin that you want to put this tape on. And all it's going to do is it's going to keep it from making contact on any of these old external enclosures, Drobos, any of those. It's going to keep it from making connection, which keeps it in the hard drive reset state. So we're going to go ahead and try that. And I'll be back with you in just a moment after I put that tape on. Now, just so y'all know, I bought the smallest package of polyamide tape that I was able to find. There's no reason to buy a huge one unless you're going to be doing this a bunch. So again, I just bought the smallest one that I could, and I'm going to cut the smallest sliver of polyamide tape that I can. And this will work perfectly as long as you get it on pin number 3. And I don't know if you can see on the video, but I barely put just a little bit right on my finger. And I'm going to take that off of my finger and put it on pin number 3. And actually, you want to know something? That is too big. So we're going to have to trim that down just a little bit. And once I trim it down, then I'm going to try to put it on again. So you're going to have to use some really good scissors to cut this, because it's going to be super, super small in order to fit it on just pin number 3. You don't want it sticking on pin number 2 or pin number 4, just pin number 3. Alright, I believe I've got it cut down small enough. So I'm going to try to attempt to put this on pin number 3. Great. Now, I'm going to zoom in and show you how pin number 3 looks ever so slightly different than the other pins. So bear with me just one moment. I'm going to zoom in with the camera. I'm going to show you exactly how pin number 3 looks just a little bit different than the others. So bear with me. Okay, so if you can tell, and you'll notice right there, that's pin number 1, pin number 2, and there's pin number 3. It has just a little bit of tape just on pin number 3. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to put this back into the Drobo and see if this hard drive will boot up again. So bear with me for a moment and we'll test that out. Great. Okay, so now here is the 14 terabyte hard drive. So I'm going to go ahead and try to stick this into the Drobo again. Again, remembering I've got that little piece, just the tiniest piece of tape on pin number 3, which I've already shown you. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And now we'll give it just a moment and see if it actually spins up. And if I get a green light on the Drobo right here. And if we do, everything is fantastic and ready to go with this hard drive. And you don't have to do anything else to get it to work on an old enclosure. Okay, so it's still not working. I'm going to try to add one more thin layer of tape on top of that other layer just to make sure that it's got a good seal on top of that pin number 3 because it's still not booting up. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to add one more layer to that pin number 3. Great, so now I've added one extra piece of the polyimide tape to pin number 3. So we're going to go ahead and stick it back in one more time and see if we can get it to work in this Drobo. Again, this will work on an external enclosure. I'm just going to try it one more time and see if it'll work. I do hear it making some noise, so hopefully it'll detect that 14 terabyte hard drive just momentarily. So let's give it a minute and see. Okay, we're going to try one other thing. We're going to try putting it in a different port in the Drobo and see if it'll work there. So let's try that. Awesome. So as you can see, just by moving it to a different port on the Drobo, it actually worked. So there may be something wrong with this port. There may not also be. I just haven't tested that out to find out what's going on. So putting the polyimide tape on pin number 3 on this hard drive did allow for it to work in an old enclosure, including the Drobo. But it would work in these other enclosures as well. So if you have a problem with the hard drive not spinning up, all you have to do is put that polyimide tape on pin number 3 and it'll allow it to spin up normally. Thanks so much, everybody. I hope that was helpful on how you can get a hard drive that has the new PWDIS feature to work in one of these old Drobos or an enclosure that doesn't support the PWDIS feature. I hope until next time, you'll please like and subscribe, and thanks again for everything. Bye!